That's when it hit me, you know. There was two things that were real important in my life at that time. My brother that had died, you know, his daughter, I wanted to get custody of her. I wanted her to come home. And I told myself I wouldn't step back into music or wouldn't miss out on music, that I was stepping back into it because I wasn't going to look back and say, what if, you know, God sent me down for a month and a half and he told me, you know, you got a story to tell. And as I had sit back and seen people we grew up with and buzzing, and, you know, some of them faded away, some of them still out there working their ass off and doing damn good for themselves, you know, I drew inspiration from that because I do still have a story to tell. And not only that, you know, my music is definitely the way of me doing that, on top of it being therapeutic the whole time. Now I've got a chance to convey that to the world in hopes that I can help out somebody from a therapeutic standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why this first album is called Music Child, because it saved my life as a kid. You know, where I lost my childhood life of playing video games and toys and stuff, I picked up with actually finding my passion at a young age and not having to go through 20 years of life questioning what my purpose was.
Yeah.
So I think going away and living, you know, 8 to 10 years, 10 years of, you know, experiencing life, and then going through the accident and literally almost dying, it definitely puts things in perspective to the point that, you know, as of January the 1st, 2021, I was in the studio. And so we're almost done now, 80% done. And we're looking to drop, you know, sometime this summer, and it's lights out, game over. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to tell a story. I'm ready to change the world one person at a time. I've got big ambitions, but I know that I can create the kind of following to do it, because, you know, with rap in general, you know, Eminem's a GOAT, the greatest of all time, because of what he does with words. But people misconceptualize the idea of what the greatest is, because you throw Tupac's name out there. Well, why? You know, Tupac wasn't a lyrical king in essence when you talk about how Eminem plays with words, but he was the people's voice.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Eminem will never be the GOAT because he can never be the people's voice, because he can't do a heartfelt song or something that somebody can relate to. You know, he tried with this Revival album, I think it was, or one of them.
He did by his daughter, I guess.
And then they're good. I'm not taking nothing away from them.
Sure, yeah.
But it's just the reason that people are 50-50 about it, you know, and the bogus shit you hear about him being a guest in the House of Hip Hop was because he ain't hip hop's voice. He was never able to do that. And it might sound boastful or, you know, bragging, but that door got left open.
Yeah.
I want to be the people's voice. And I ain't scared to talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's my whole thing. You know, there's an addict out there right now that has a kid walking the streets just like I was.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, music is my art in terms of my passion, but what can I do to make that difference?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm alert about it and I'm aware of it and I put it out there and I gain the kind of following that I know I can, and this thing snowballs into a beautiful thing, because at least now the people will have an artist out there that they can rely on in terms of real content, real music, and they don't have to, you know, shy away from it. It's something they can represent proudly because they have somebody that is their voice to tell these young kids, just because you're in a trap house or just because you're born in the ghetto, it don't mean you've got to be a lifetime drug dealer. You don't have to die or go to jail, not today.
Yeah.
God gave us a brain and a heart. God gave us the opportunity to learn. So beat the system. I lucked up and beat the system. And I'm hoping through my music I could portray the kind of knowledge that allows, you know, another kid to embrace it and listen to it in hopes to, you know, help him with that same dilemma.
The reason that she dies, the reason that I'm alive. All the way you feel, you're not the only one in pain. Keep your head up high above the sky and thank God for better days. All the way you feel, you're not the only one in pain. Just keep your head up high above the sky and thank God for better days.
Is it head held high or head up?
He's killing it, whatever he's doing. I don't know how.
Same reason that she dies, the reason that I'm alive. I know the way you feel. You're not the only one in pain. Just keep your head held high above the sky and thank God for better days.
Is it head up high or head held high?
Cereal that I've been dying for, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm over here happy as fuck taking pictures like, babe, oh my God, they got Sour Patch fucking cereal. You kidding me?
I know, that's crazy.
Right, and then I'm over like,
I wasn't a fan of it. I'd rather have it without the fucking milk and shit, just
right,
straight out the box.
Well, that's the thing. I remember we had fucking Frosted Flakes and Apple Jacks and shit like that, but I'm still eating it by the handful of dry, like you said, no milk. And now I'm walking through there and they got like fucking Haagen-Dazs cereal, favorite shit mixed in the cereal box, dude. I'm like, fuck, yes, dude.
Yeah, bro.
The bad thing is you get home and everybody tears that shit up. You don't even get to get the bowl like you wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro, my favorite on the ice cream truck was the Mickey Mouse bar with the chocolate ears. Bro, with the
no, you be eating on it, and then the face starts sliding down. You get over here on the side, and she
looks like Mickey Mouse had a stroke, didn't it?
Nah, dude, I tell you something. I was conflicted. So when we was buying screwballs back then, it used to have 2 gumballs in it.
Yeah.
Well, somewhere it changed. So when I bought a screwball from this one popsicle stand truck, dude, give me the screwball, and I looked in there, I was literally like a drug deal. I'm like, nah, bruh, I'm smacking the ball. You shorted me, homie. Where's my other gumball at? I ain't going on that. He's like, no, that's how they come now. I'm sitting there arguing with dude like, nah, ain't no fucking way. Where's my second gumball at, homie? Yeah, 15 years old out there, and then he's like, man, you got a quarter second? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need that whole fucking thing of screwballs, dude. I'm gonna need the whole box. But yeah, it ain't fair, man. These kids and their foods, they get to enjoy shit that we only dreamed about growing up.
Like green ketchup.
Yeah, like and I'm over here like, dude, that green ketchup, somebody made a real fucking huge mistake at the manufacturer and added the wrong color. And they're like, what are we to do with this shit? And they're like, well, put it through a test trial. If it's safe to consume, we got green ketchup on deck, y'all. Like, man, come on.
You notice it was only lasted for
Limited run.
short.
Yeah.
It just lasted until they were done
Because
with
they
that
had orange
inventory.
and they had purple ketchup.
Yeah, that's right.
They had a bunch of different colors.
Well, it's almost like they fucked up on the green, and they're like, well, you know what? Let's put a purple out. That way it just looks like we made it. Nah. That's like that.
They ain't fooling nobody, are they?
Like that damn charcoal whopper they come out with, dude. Everybody's wanting to
Bro.
go get on. I'm like, man, no, it was a charcoal whopper at Burger King.
Oh, the angry,
Whopper.
yeah.
The black Whopper.
Bruh.
It was making people shit blood and stuff.
Yeah, well, my friend hit me up. She said I shit black the next day.
Yeah,
Straight up
you shit charcoal.
I was like, no.
That's like some Michelin.
Something else, dude. I miss food stamps. I miss them bad, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we had food stamps. You go grocery shopping, it didn't make it like fucking sweepstakes.
Exactly.
You just smacking the owl into your car. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, ooh, I want that one.
I got excited.
You be at the grocery store with a calculator now talking
The
about
paper
99
food
cents.
stamps. Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude.
You couldn't have anything over $1 bill. If you had tried to spend a 10 out of the booklet, they wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
If you had like a 10 or better, it had to be in the same book with the serial number.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'd steal my mama's food stamp book and I'd go and get all the dollars out because I found out I couldn't bust the 5 and 10s. And I'd go into the Chinese store and I'd buy a 5-cent piece of gum and he'd give me 95-cent change back. And I'd do it again and I'd do it again and get up $10 and I'd be over here buying a dime bag and I'm over here getting blowed. That's like the fruit truck, dude, in buying
$9.15.
Well, now the kids today get Frosted Flakes with Lucky Charms marshmallows
Man,
in
it
them.
ain't fair. No, they get a box of fucking Lucky Charms, all marshmallows. There ain't even cereal in the shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the
Cheat
fuck?
codes.
All the
We
years
used
I
to-
sit and
few and
picked all
far
the
between.
marshmallows out.
Few and far between we had the marshmallows, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
We had dry ass cereal and like 5 marshmallows.
Right.
Yeah, you had
go
to
buy
search
Captain
through 'em.
Crunch berries, just the berries. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, if that ain't supply and demand,
Yeah.
I'm over here picking shit out all these
Yeah,
years.
Reese's Pieces, cupcakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know
seen
what I'm
them and
saying?
was like,
Damn.
dude, that's crazy. And they're big size cupcakes and
Yeah.
it tastes just like a fucking Reese's Pieces, dude. I'm like, man.
Good.
And like you said, they rolled out legalizing marijuana, and it literally seems like some of these execs that were already smoking pot
Yeah, now that
and coming in and then putting these great ideas out, they was filtering themselves. Like, man, I can't tell them about the fucking super ice cream cereal that I had an idea about, but I could roll this out because they might think I'm smoking pot.
Yeah.
They legalize that shit now. They're in there on Oval Office blowing, talking about,
Yeah.
that's a damn good idea.
Here's double cheeseburger flavored ice cream.
Right. Dude, I'll never forget, dude. We was on them Xanax bars, dude, and went to Walmart about 3 in the morning. Well, as we're walking in there, they had this big ass display of Blueberry and Count Chocolate cereal. I hadn't seen this shit in years, so I'm going straight in the nostalgia mode.
Yeah.
So we buy like 5 boxes, me and my homie do. And we get back to the house and we've got mixing bowls of cereal. And you know, when you're on them bars, you be wanting to eat and drink any fucking way.
Yeah.
Man, I passed out, and we wake up the next morning, and I look over at my homie's bed, and his dog is sitting there licking his back, dude. And I stood up. This dude fell asleep with the mixing bowl and never finished it, so all of it spilled. He stood up. This dude had blueberries all the way up his fucking back, dude. And his dog was like, I start laughing so fucking hard, and he's mad. And he's like, man, fuck this shit. And I'm laughing, trolling him. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker, you the one that fell asleep with a bowl of cereal? Hell, your dog's just cleaning your mess up.
I'm about to smoke a cigarette.